The video we have been waiting for is finally here. The trip to the Volkswagen factory in the Eastern Cape. We will just take a look at some of their vintage cars and check how VW cars are manufactured. Welcome to Cars and Buns. My name is Mswenko. We finally arrived at the Edenhage South African plant, but I call it VW factory. And I was so excited, guys. I mean, I was at the factory that produces the people's car, the Vrpas. So the factory is in the Eastern Cape, in Port Elizabeth, also known as Nelson Mandela Bay. The area is also called Gqeberha, but you'll choose which name to use. So let's get to it, guys. The car that stood out for me was this Volkswagen XL1, basically standing for VW 1-liter car. This car came into production between 2013 and 2016, and only 250 units were produced at the time. It is a subcompact two-door coupe with a butterfly doors. It has 800cc TDI twin-cylinder common rail turbo diesel engine, which produces 35 kilowatts, and the car is a parallel hybrid. It uses a 5.5 kilowatts lithium-ion battery, which covers 50 kilometers range when full, and it has a fuel economy of 0.99 liters per 100 kilometers. Let me repeat that. 0.99 liters per 100 kilometers. So basically it's 1 liter per 100 kilometers, which allows the car to cover approximately 650 kilometers when full. Let that sink in. I mean, they are not called SEV for nothing, which stands for super efficient cars. These cars do not have a side and rear mirror. However, they use side cameras like in the trucks and electronic displays. The rear wheels are close together to allow a streamlined body. The car features an aircraft cover for aerodynamic purposes, and the engine cooling vents open only as needed. Unfortunately, there are no models left, as limited production of 250 units were sold in Europe in 2015 for about 120,000 euros. I'm not gonna calculate that for you guys. Just focus on betting on Lotto and take it from there. In my own opinion, this is a beautiful plug-in diesel electric hybrid car, and it could have still been relevant to this day if they continue to produce them. I mean, this car looks way more beautiful than cars that are still produced in 2024. Then there's this beautiful factory tour passenger carriers. I feel VW could have just produced and sold them as well, as they could be used as short distance taxis. But do tell me what you guys think in the comment section, because I can also see someone in KZN holding an AK-47 in that carrier during the taxi strike, but then Arizwenda. Then we went in on the production side of the factory. It's like another city. This place is huge, guys. They even compared it to 64 F&B stadiums combined together. That's how big this place is. When you look at the parking lots, it's VW cars, Polo GTIs, Polo TSIs, Polo R-Lines, Touareg, Tiguans, all these types of VW cars, you find them in the parking lots, and it's for staff members. And I still wonder. This plant manufactures 133,248 vehicles, which equates to 710 units per day. That's a lot of work, but when it comes to the plant, they are extra careful. They do not want phones inside their plant. They actually take them at the reception. They simply do not want their competitors to steal the recipe. That's understandable. However, what I did pick up is that everything is done in the factory. They start with the raw materials to transform the car from a concept to reality. Even though, worth noting that artisans build classic cars by hand, but most of today's cars are made by robots on the assembly line. To address the climate change issues, they usually use more sustainable, lightweight and cost-effective materials to keep up with the demand for the greener products. After they are done with the raw materials, now the next step is the design, engineering and car manufacturing. But before starting with the car manufacturing, they need to make sure that everything is perfect. So on a smaller scale, models of the car are made in 2D and 3D to help engineers to test the car designs. This includes the aerodynamics, safety, hot and cold weather, fuel economy and electrical components of the car. Next step now is stamping or press shop. Production starts at the stamping plant or press shop. Here, it supplies the necessary steel parts with stamping dies to form specific body parts. Now here, robots in the assembly line create and stamp sheet metal parts for the bodywork, including doors, roof, side frames, which they later add to the main frame of the car. Now the next step is the welding of the body shop. Now here, the robots deal with the heavy parts, putting each part in the desired position to form the frame of the car. It's so beautiful and so attractive how these robots move around, turn these doors around, putting them in the positions and then welding them up. It's so beautiful to see. And now, when the welding is done, the car now moves into the paint shop where the paint is done by humans in the assembly line. After painting, different parts are put inside, such as seats, dashboard, interior wall, steering wheels, gearbox, and many more. But before moving to the engine assembly point, they need to make sure that even the windows and every interior part of the car has been fitted. Then when that is complete, now the car moves to the engine fitment and assembly, where the engine is being fitted and programmed. After that, now it's time for final inspection and testing of the car. The engine is started and stopped several times to make sure that it's working. Steering wheel alignment is adjusted, headlights are checked for brightness and reach, brakes are tested for safety, heavy water pressure test to find the leaks. The car programming electrical units will be checked to ensure the safety and accessibility. Now this is the final stage before the cars can be tested afterwards. One thing that stood out for me was seeing women working with these engines, installing the engines in the car. And I thought to myself, like, hey, imagine dating or getting married to a woman that fits an engine in a car. I mean, you don't need someone to service your car. You don't need someone to fix your engine. You are sorted for the rest of your life. That was beautiful though. And another thing that I would advise you guys, please listen to me carefully. When you have daughters or when you have someone that you want to marry, take them to the plant so they can see that a car is nothing. You get to see a car from the scratch up until it's done. Then you get to realize, like, no man, a car is nothing. It's just a body made of hard materials that I use to transport myself. So do yourself that favor. If your woman love men with car, take her to the factory. She'll realize that a car is nothing, and she will definitely learn to appreciate you as the boyfriend. And this is a Polo Vivo Mswenko, roughly translated from isiZulu, which means swag. Mswenko is unique in South Africa as it refers to a person's style, attitude, and general demeanor. This 1.4-liter comfort line offers comfort and is reliable. To this day, I still believe it was a great marketing strategy by VW. Just imagine, and I repeat, just imagine, if we can have a Polo GTI Mswenko edition. Yo, that will be dope. But then, Mswenko has a 1.4-liter naturally aspirated engine, which produces 63 kilowatts and 132 Newton meters of torque. The clutch is light and the gear shift is smooth and precise. You can still get the Mswenko in the second-hand market. And while we are still there, I asked them about their ridiculous prices. But before she could answer me, she was like, check that. And as I turned to my right, I saw a brand new King Royal Red 2024 Polo GTI with black rims, and I immediately got hypnotized. While I was still hypnotized, she was busy saying it's value for money, plus cars are manufactured here and it's costly, blah 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 blah. But my eyes were still on that GTI. But as soon as I snapped out of the hypnotism, I asked her as to what happened to VW being the people's car, especially the Polo. Then she started saying inflation this, inflation that, blah 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 blah. Then I realized I'll never win here. So the next step was to get someone who works at the factory to tell me how much they buy their cars for. Because the staff parking lot was full of VW cars, all variants, models. The only different car that I saw there was an Audi. So it's clear if they buy them at the factory, they definitely get them on staff discounts. I will investigate, guys, and let you guys know. They can't be chowing alone. We have to chow not. How? And for those who don't know, this is a 2008 VW Citi Golf 1.6i, which is mated to a 1.6-liter petrol engine that produces 74 kilowatts and 140 Newton meters of torque. This car covered 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 9.7 seconds and has a maximum top speed of 180 kilometers per hour. It is a 5-seater front-wheel drive that comes with no airbag, but that does not matter because back in the day when you had this car, you were the top dog. Chana, I remember gaining some street cred when my uncle used to drop me at school with it. Just like BMW 325i, some people call it Gusheshe, aka Tembala Mahomosha. This car still holds its own street cred, but then relax, honey, guys. Here, we are not Beamer fans, we are VW fans. Anyway, this car is mostly liked by the colored brothers. They drop it, put some dope seat, some sound system, amameke, an exhaust pipe, and then they chow girls. However, the manufacturing of this car was stopped, but you can still find it in the second-hand market for around 50,000 rands. And then guys, hopefully next week I'll be able to review my car, the Opel Astra 1.4T Sport. How, my daughter? There's no car like that car. But then, let's continue. If not, I'll still bring some dope content for you guys. But speaking about dope content, LTido, you claim you are there to address Sunny Boy, and you just jump straight to MAcG. I don't get it. Why would you catch feelings when someone just compliments you? It's clear you are chasing a beef so you can get numbers. I mean, you have been in the game for so long and you're still struggling to get 100,000 subscribers YouTube plague. And every time MAcG mentions your name, your numbers goes up. You say podcast and chill depends on soul. Well, your podcast is nothing without celebrities. You need them to get numbers. You have less than 100,000 subscribers and you accuse someone with over 1 million subscribers of being jealous. Come on, Munna. Umdala maungaka. A 40-year-old grandfather like you who's still upcoming and busy trying to act like Slik Talk, calling people cancers. The only thing that is cancerous is your career. You're still upcoming at the age of 40. You have been a newcomer since 2010. Come on. You have been in the game for over 15 years now and you still can't hit 100,000 subscribers. Hebana, you're a senior citizen. Now go get a job or do something with your life and stop acting like a teenager. People like you are going for tenders out here, and when now you are begging for a beef. I just don't get it. I mean, you are crying because someone saw at you. Come on, man, stop being a sissy boy. This is the game. People are gonna come at you, my nigga. Imagine a 40-year-old man stuck in puberty stage and busy throwing yourself a pity party with Slik Talk punchlines. LTido, umdala, go be a family man and get a job. It's clear you are not strong enough to survive the game. That's why you're still upcoming at 40 years of age. This game is not for you. Even after having a guest that can go to MAcG, you still can't reach 100,000 subscribers. You had to mention MAcG's name to get there. You say he breaks down artists, but you're hanging on his name just to get 100,000 subscribers. Come on, man. Stand aside and keep trying to act like MAcG. That's all you ever gonna be. Podcast and chill can go on without Soul. The show can just replace Soul with pop-ups and it will still do great numbers. Stay there with the soft CC celebrities who are scared to be questioned like real men, and keep editing just one show 50 times. This is not your theme, Madala. Relax. And I also saw Ghost to be busy checking out my stuff and treating me like I'm chasing cloud. I'm not chasing cloud. I am coming for all of you. This soft generation of celebrities is in deep trouble. I am coming for each and every single one of you. No one is safe here. We are going to spice things up in this industry. I am going to deal with all these soft niggas who wear pads and act like men, just like Casper Nyovest's manager. Before I lose my level of IQ by just talking about these illiterate fake celebrities, let me leave it here. And then while we're still there, then Slik Talk post out of nowhere. Like literally, what the F, bro? To be honest, I like you, bro. And you are one of the reasons I started my channel. Because you stopped posting and the entertainment industry got too comfortable. Someone needed to put these chickens back to order now. I mean, what the F, bro? You disappeared and came back looking like you just served 15 years in prison. I'm definitely sure Casper Nyovest will never put your name in his mouth again, or else he's getting his whooped this time. But bro, I'm really not sure what's going on in your life. If you are sick, my bad, my G. But as much as it's good to see you, this is not the Slik Talk that you ordered. You look like a wrong order from Temu. But honestly, even though it's good to see you, but come on, man, stop fooling us. A fat wardrobe boy like you cannot lose weight just like that. Let's be real with each other. But then, Aritswenda. For those who have been showing me support, Ndolevwe Sangamanda. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for the realest car reviews you can find on the internet. Nda.